Hi dear friends and subscribers, welcome to the Cricket Happening show today. And well, what a beautiful news from Zimbabwe coming in. Zimbabwe has upset South Africa in the finals of the T20 triangular series. And what Zimbabwe has done best is that they have done it twice to South Africa in this tournament. And that is something that one has to really take note of. Beating South Africa twice is not an easy job. And that's what Zimbabwe has done. And not only that, look at the victory that they had. This was the finals of the T20 triangular series between Zimbabwe, South Africa and Bangladesh. And South Africa were defeated by 9 wickets. It was a 9-wicket victory, a comprehensive victory in the finals, with Brendan Taylor, the captain, making 59 not out, and Hamilton Masakadza hammering 58 not out. In fact, Brendan Taylor got the man of the match, and Hamilton Masakadza, with his 58 not out, getting 4 consecutive 50s, got the man of the series, and rightly so. Vusi Sibanda contributed an adventurous 23. Now, just looking at South Africa are the ones who batted first. They put on 146 for 6, and Zimbabwe cleared that in the 18th over with 9 wickets to spare. So this can't be. Now, this is something really talking volumes about the Zimbabwe batting lineup and also the Zimbabwe team as a whole, how they are working. They restricted South Africa to 146 for 6 in the 20 overs. Du Plessis was the one who was the highest scorer with 66, was doing very well against the slow bowlers, made 66. Albie Morkel then slammed 34 not out towards the end, and Colin Ingram 19, with Jarvis picking up 2 wickets for 22 runs, and Zimbabwe winning the host Zimbabwe winning the triangular T20 series here at the Harare Sports Club by 9 wickets. A comprehensive victory. Once again I say, Zimbabwe, congratulations, and this team is going to be quite a handful. And let me tell you one more thing, Zimbabwe and South Africa are teamed together in the World 2020 tournament, which is going to be starting in Sri Lanka. So South Africa definitely, they were not at full strength, one can say that very safely. But looking at the players that South Africa have, if South Africa is such a top team, and even if you have the reserve talent should be able to do it. But Zimbabwe were the ones who were the victors there. And what a sad thing as far as ICC is concerned, because this is Zimbabwe would be very happy, no doubt about it. They were joyous. They were doing the rounds on the cricket ground after getting the cup. Brendan Taylor, the captain's proud Zimbabwe captain. But what was very sad was this is not international fixture, in the sense it is out of the ICC lineup. So it is not going to be counted as an international T20 fixture, unfortunately. It's not going to go into the records, that's what I mean to say. But Zimbabwe, well, keep up the good work, congratulations, and we look forward to Zimbabwe putting up the same show that they put here in the World 2020 tournament in Sri Lanka, which was coming in September. So just talking about Sri Lanka, let us move on to Sri Lanka and see what they were doing. Well, Sri Lanka absolutely on the driver's seat today. First, what they did is today was the 3rd day, and Pakistan required another 474 runs to win the match. 7 wickets in hand currently. Yunus Khan is there. I'll talk about that. It all happened with Sri Lanka actually rolling out Pakistan for 100 today morning, with Yunus Khan making 29 with 3 fours. Mohammad Ayub, the debutant, a very old debutant, almost he's probably in his 33, 34. Making his debut today, but he played well. He really occupied the crease. That was what was important. He contributed 25 with 2 fours. Adnan Akmal, a bit controversial there, but he was run out. He had a lot of things to say to the new debutant while leaving, which was not in really good spirit, I would say, as far as Pakistan were concerned. So he was gone for 9 as he was run out. Abdur Rahman made 1, and nothing really to talk about. 100 runs all out Pakistan, and it was the bowlers were. It was Suraj Rande with Radam off spinner taking 2 more wickets today to have figures of 4 for 13. Well helped by Rangana Herath, 21 over 6 minutes, 30 runs and 3 wickets, 2 for 27 for Nuwan Kulashekara. So, and one was hoping that Sri Lanka is going to enforce the follow-on, but it was a huge surprise by Mahela Jayawardene not enforcing the follow-on and telling his batsmen to go for the runs. And that's what they precisely did, with Sri Lanka declining the innings closed at 137 for 5, thus setting Pakistan a target of 510 to win the match. Now, as far as Sri Lanka was concerned, Thanga Pranotana went off like In fact, he had 2 sixes, no boundaries in his score of 25. Tilkander Dilshan once again getting on to a 50, 56 with 9 boundaries. Sangakkara failed, he was out for 1. Jayawardene was out for 14, Mahela Jayawardene, and Tilan Samarivira was out for 15. So 137 for 5, 3 wickets going to Junaid Khan. Junaid Khan today, 13 overs, 2 maidens, 44 runs and 3 wickets. And Saeed Ajmal, 17 overs, 3 maidens, 47 runs and 2 wickets for him. Were the only wicket takers. 5 for 137 declared Sri Lanka, setting Pakistan 510. And Pakistan finishing off the third day's play at the Galle International Cricket Ground in this first test at 36 for 3, requiring another 474 runs to win the match. Today, as far as the Pakistani second innings were concerned, they again had a very dawdling start, I would say. Mohammad Hafiz was out first. He was basically trying to flailing at a delivery from Nuwan Kulashekara, gave them the breakthrough. Caught by Mahela Jayawardene in the slips of 4. That was the first wicket to go. Tawfiq Umar, well, the other day he shouldered arms. Today he didn't shoulder arms. He actually had an edge onto his bat and pad, and via that it went into the stumps. Kulashekara was the bowler once again. He was gone for 10. And Azhar Ali today contributed just 7 runs, getting a ball from Rangana Herath, which he actually nicked on to Tilan Samarivira in the slips, and he was gone for 7, making the score for Pakistan 36 for 3 towards the close. As Tawfiq Umar was out towards the end of the day's play, a night was when Saeed Ajmal walked in, and today survived, not out on 11 at close of play with 2 fours. Yunus Khan was batting on naught of 9 balls. And Pakistan, well, one can really say the writing is on the wall. And Sri Lanka, one can very safely say that they have already won this match, because 7 wickets, and it's not going to be easy. Even though Yunus Khan is there, it's a mammoth effort. 474 runs to get. I think 4th day should be the final day tomorrow. 36 for 3, and a colossal 474 to get. A big task. Nuwan Kulashekara, 2 for 13 for him. Pradeep, 5 overs, 2 maidens, none for 18. And Rangana Herath bowled 3 overs, 2 maidens, 1 run and 1 wicket. Now let's look at the match. This was the final match today of this particular series between West Indies and England, as West Indies have completed the tour, but they would be going back to West Indies without a win today, as they lost the final 2020 match. There was only one of 2020 match before they leave for Florida. And West Indies actually lost this match by 7 wickets. England winning the match by 7 wickets. The hero for England was Alex Hales. The young debutant played splendidly, and what a talent he is coming in from England. In fact, just telling about the scores, West Indies were the ones who batted first, making 172 for 4. Top of the order, Dwayne Smith played very responsibly with a matured way, and hitting the ball as and when the situation presented itself, making 70 on the top of just 54 deliveries, 5 fours and 5 sixes in that knock of Dwayne Smith. And then then Chris Gale today was a victim of Stephen Finn. He skied the ball. He was out for 2. Lendy Simmons was a victim of Broad, and Marlon Samuels left to Graham Swan for 4. And then it was left to Dwayne Bravo and Kieran Pollard to really go after the bowling in the final stages, with Dwayne Bravo collecting 54 runs of 36 balls with 1 4 and 3 sixes. Kieran Pollard not out 23 of just 13 deliveries, 1 4 and 2 sixes, 172 for 4 on the board for the West Indians, looking to be a very challenging target indeed. 2 for 22 for Stephen Finn, and 1 apiece to Stuart Broad and Graham Swan. Well, looking at the England batting here, as I said, Alex Hales and Craig Uzziah started. Craig Uzziah was the early victim of Ravi Rampal for 3, and Alex Hales and Ravi Prabhara put up a record T20 partnership, making 159 runs. A lot of records there. Alex Hales very unfortunately dismissed for 99 of just 68 deliveries, 6 fours and 4 sixes. And when looking at Alex Hales, what a wonderful talent he is. He has been playing very well for Nottinghamshire in English County Circuit. But what was very impressive about him, and what really impressed me about Alex Hales, was his good common sense, lots of intelligence, really seeing where to exactly keep the ball, even though where the fielders are not there, trying to improvise a lot, and he played some very good shots. In fact, he hit 4 sixes and 6 fours, which are all good to see. 99 his contribution. It was really a shame that he couldn't get on to a century. I would have loved to see Alex Hales score a century, but I'm sure Alex Hales is going to get more and more opportunities in the future. This was a wonderful knock, 99, a man of the match knock of just 68 deliveries, 6 fours and 4 sixes, thus becoming the highest 2020 scorer as far as England is concerned, beating Ian Morgan's 85. So Alex Hales, he has 1 record to his name now, 99 of 68 balls, 6 fours and 4 sixes. And that partnership with Ravi Bopara was something which was really very, very heartening for England. And Ravi Bopara coming into form was really good to see. Ravi Bopara also contributed in a very good way, playing orthodox strokes, 15 on 44 balls, 4 fours and 1 6. And towards the end there was a bit of a sort of a stutter, I would say. But luckily it became 3 runs of 2 balls, but Ian Morgan drove a ball and it was misfielded, and thus England won. Morgan was not out on 2, 173 for 3. England winning the match by 7 wickets. Bowling figures, nothing to really talk about. 2 for 37 for Ravi Ram Paul, none for 33 Fiddle Edwards. Sunil Narine, 4 overs, 1 for 28, 2 overs for 21 for Dwayne Bravo, 3 overs for 22 for Darren Sammy. Well, I mean, I would like to end my cricket report here. I don't want to go into much details because there were 3 matches that I want to cover. So victories coming for Zimbabwe, winning the T20 Triangular Series Cup, even though it is out of the ICC jurisdiction, I would say, and also victories here. Probably we are expecting a Sri Lankan victory on the 4th day at Galle. And as far as this particular match in West Indies going empty-handed to England from England after losing the last 2020 match here. That's it from me, your host Ram, for the Cricket Happening Show for today. See you all tomorrow in my next Cricket Happening Show. And until then, it's goodbye from your host Ram. Thank you.